The sterile white walls of the Galactic Council's Xenobiology Research Station hummed with quiet efficiency. Dr. Valerie Chen stood before the holographic display, her dark eyes scanning the cascading data with growing uneasiness. Beside her, Alan Rodriguez leaned against the console, his arms crossed as he watched the alien scientists scramble around their equipment. "Something's wrong," Valerie muttered, adjusting her lab coat. "They've been acting strange ever since they started the genetic sequencing." Alan nodded, his jaw tight. "Yeah, I noticed. The Korvathi lead researcher hasn't looked at us in 20 minutes. That's not normal." The two humans had been stationed aboard the research vessel Infinite Horizon for 3 months now, part of an interspecies scientific exchange program. The Galactic Council, a coalition of 47 spacefaring species, had welcomed humanity into the fold 5 years ago. It was supposed to be humanity's grand entrance onto the cosmic stage, a chance to prove they belonged among the stars. But right now, something felt terribly off. The Korvathi researcher, a tall insectoid being named Thexlar, suddenly straightened from his terminal. His compound eyes flickered with what Valerie had learned to recognize as alarm. He chittered something in his native tongue to his colleagues, and the entire laboratory fell silent. "Dr. Chen, Mr. Rodriguez," Thexlar's translator crackled to life, his voice trembling. "We need to speak, immediately, in private." Alan and Valerie exchanged glances. Valerie felt her heart rate spike. "Of course," she replied calmly, though her hands were suddenly cold. They were ushered into a small conference room. Thexlar was joined by 2 other senior researchers, a gelatinous Selexian and a crystalline Vex. The 3 aliens looked at the humans with expressions that ranged from fear to something close to awe. "We have completed the comprehensive analysis of human genetic material," Thexlar began, his translator struggling to keep up with his rapid speech. "We have sequenced DNA from both of you, cross-referenced it with the samples provided by your government, and run it through every known biological database in Council space." "And?" Alan prompted when the alien paused too long. The Selexian pulsed a deep purple. Distress, Valerie knew. "The system flagged your genetic code multiple times across 17 different parameters." "Flagged for what?" Valerie asked, her scientific curiosity warring with a growing sense of dread. Thexlar's mandibles clicked nervously. "The automated analysis system classified human DNA as a Class 7 biological weapon. It recommended immediate containment and quarantine protocols. It suggested that we contact the Council's military division before proceeding further." The room fell into stunned silence. "That's ridiculous," Alan said, though his voice lacked conviction. "We're just people. We're not weapons." The crystalline Vex chimed, its body resonating with harmonic frequencies. "That is precisely what troubles us. You are not weapons. You are a naturally evolved species. Yet your biology contains mechanisms that, in any other context, would be considered weaponized engineering." Valerie's mind raced. "Show us the data." Thexlar hesitated, then activated the holographic display. Streams of genetic information filled the air, highlighted sections pulsing red, danger markers. "Your hemoglobin," the Selexian began, "uses iron to transport oxygen." "Iron. Do you understand how toxic that is? Most species use copper-based or silicon-based oxygen carriers. Iron oxidizes, it's corrosive, it's incredibly efficient," Valerie interrupted, her voice steady. "It allows for higher oxygen saturation, better endurance, faster cellular respiration." "Exactly," Thexlar said. "It's a system optimized for sustained physical exertion beyond what should be biologically necessary. Then there's your adrenal system." Another section of the display lit up. Alan leaned forward, squinting at the complex molecular structures. Your adrenal glands can flood your system with hormones that temporarily override pain, increase strength, sharpen focus, and accelerate reaction time, the Vex chimed. This is a combat enhancement system. Every species has stress responses, but yours is extreme, weaponized. The system calls it hysterical strength protocol, Thexler added. There are documented cases of humans lifting vehicles, breaking restraints that should be impossible to break, continuing to fight with injuries that would incapacitate any other known species. Valerie felt her face flush. Those are survival mechanisms. Evolution on Earth was harsh. We had predators, environmental pressures. Earth's predators, the Selexian interrupted, pulsing an agitated orange. We've analyzed them too. Your world is classified as a death world, Dr. Chen. Class 9 habitability rating. Do you know how rare that is? Out of 47 council species, only 2 others evolved on worlds rated above Class 4. And both of those species developed advanced technology to survive their environments. You adapted biologically. Alan stood up abruptly. So what are you saying? That humanity is too dangerous? No, Thexler said quickly. We're saying that humanity is an anomaly. Your immune system, for instance, it's aggressive. Unnaturally so. It attacks foreign bodies with a ferocity that would be considered an autoimmune disorder in most species. Yet in you, it's normal. The holographic display shifted again, showing cellular imagery. Valerie watched as human white blood cells swarmed and destroyed a simulated pathogen with brutal efficiency. Your persistence hunting, the Vex continued, its tone almost reverent. Your species evolved to chase prey until it collapsed from exhaustion. You can regulate your body temperature through sweating, allowing you to run for hours in heat that would kill most species. The system flagged this as endurance warfare adaptation. Then there's your healing factor, the Selexian added. Bone regeneration, tissue repair, the ability to survive and recover from injuries that would be fatal to others. Your pain tolerance is abnormally high. Your psychological resilience to trauma is unprecedented. Valerie sat back down slowly, processing the information. You're telling us that according to the Galactic Council's standards, humans are biological weapons. Not weapons, Thexler corrected gently. Warriors. Your entire species is optimized for survival in hostile conditions. For overcoming threats through sheer physical and mental endurance. The system couldn't classify you as a normal biological species because by galactic standards you're not. Alan laughed, a short, bitter sound. So what happens now? Do they quarantine Earth? Restrict human travel? No, the Vex chimed, and for the first time there was something like warmth in its crystalline resonance. The Council convenes in 3 days to discuss these findings, but I don't think you understand what this means. Thexlar's compound eyes focused on both humans. For 5 years, the Council has wondered what humanity's role would be in galactic society. Every species has a niche. The Korvathi are engineers, the Selexians are diplomats, the Vex are artists and philosophers. Humans? You're survivors. You're the species that refuses to quit, that adapts to anything, that pushes forward no matter the cost. The galaxy is vast, the Selexian pulsed, now a deep blue, respect. And it's not always peaceful. There are threats out there that even the Council fears. Hostile species, cosmic phenomena, challenges that require more than technology or diplomacy. You're saying you need us, Valerie said quietly. We're saying, Thexlar replied, that perhaps the galaxy needs warriors after all. Not weapons, warriors. And that's what your biology has made you. Alan and Valerie looked at each other. In that moment, something shifted in their understanding of humanity's place in the cosmos. They weren't lesser beings catching up to advanced civilizations. They were the product of a harsh world that had forged them into something the galaxy had never seen before. The council will have questions, the Vex chimed. They'll want to understand how humanity thinks, how you approach problems, how you've survived against such odds. Valerie smiled, a fierce pride burning in her chest. Then they'd better be ready for some very human answers. Thexlar's mandibles clicked, a Corvati laugh. I believe they're counting on it, Dr. Chen. The galaxy is about to learn what it means when humans refuse to give up. As they left the conference room, Alan whispered, Think they're ready for us? Valerie glanced back at the alien researchers, already frantically compiling reports. No, she said, but that's never stopped humanity before.